and you want to gain weight fast, well, I'm going to be giving you guys the 4 things that you can do to accelerate your weight gain process as a skinny guy. If you guys are new here and you guys are excited to learn what a skinny guy can do to gain weight super fast, please go ahead and just smack that subscribe button, guys. Comment down below and smack the like button. This is directed towards skinny guys, all right? If you are skinny fat or if you are a little more on the chunky side, this is not the video for you, okay? I'm gonna be talking about what I did being a skinnier guy, as you guys saw on the thumbnail, but I'll go ahead and post it again. That was me when I first started. That is my base. That is where my genetics were. I was a, slim fit guy, all right? So I was not the way I look right now whatsoever. And so this video is directed towards people that are very similar to me or at least have a fast metabolism. Now let's go ahead and talk about what a skinny guy can do to gain weight super fast. Let's get it. So to start things off, number 1, the most important thing, and you guys are gonna hate me for saying this because I'm sure you guys have heard this all the time, and it is to eat enough food. Calories. Calories in, calories out. That is literally all that is going to determine whether or not you gain weight, guys, okay? Especially if you are a skinnier guy and you have a fast metabolism, you can lift weights and yeah, you'll get bigger, like you will grow because when you first start, if you are a newbie to training, you'll grow no matter what because the body is not used to the stimulus. However, if you're not a newbie, you need to ensure that you're eating enough food. And even if you are, and you want to do this the most effective way, eat enough calories. So how many? Well, for most people, I would recommend 100 to 250 over their maintenance calories, right? And now we're getting into macros. I would recommend that because then they want to gain as much body fat and they can have a nice lean bulk. However, you and I both know that you're already lean enough. I've been there before. So, I'm recommending 500 calories or more over your maintenance. And honestly, don't even track. Just eat as much as possible. Now, don't stuff your face unless you need to. Like if you're like a 6'3", 6'4", then go for it, brother, because you could eat so much food. However, if you're around like 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", don't make yourself sick, okay? If the scale's going up about 1 to 2 pounds per week, then you're golden. So once again, if you are a guy that this video is directed towards guys that are extremely skinny or have a very fast metabolism, then that was me. Eat as much as you freaking can. Protein intake can be about like 1 gram per pound of body weight, right? But then your carbs, just go freaking nuts, man. Eat as many carbs as possible, all right? And keep your fats moderate. Like 60 to 80 is where I used to sit, at least for me. That felt pretty good. But once I got over 100 grams of fat on top of the 500, 700 grams of carbs, that's when I started to feel a little gross. So if you can, try and keep your fats around the 60 to 80 and then have the carbs be the thing that you're shoveling in as much as possible. So once again, the number 1 thing for if you are a skinnier guy with a fast metabolism is you just have to eat enough calories. That's the most important thing. So now that you're eating the proper way, now you need to train the proper way. What is the most ideal way for a skinny guy to put on muscle mass and gain weight? Obviously, you guys have already heard that a bigger muscle leads to a stronger muscle leads to a bigger muscle, and that hypertrophy is like the best way to fill the muscle with blood and get the massive pump, and the pump's gonna make you grow, and strength is more so for a powerlifter. Ideally, you want to just do both. Like push, pull legs, rest, 6 days a week, 1 day rest. Seems to work the best. That's what I found is great. When I first started training, I was doing only bodybuilding training, high reps, just going for the pump. But now that I'm older, I now do both. I blended powerlifting, so squat, bench, deadlift, into my hypertrophy workouts. You have to kind of pull out a little bit more of your accessories, that way you're not overstimulating your CNS and burning yourself out. But when you combine the two, it's amazing. You get stronger along with bigger, and that is honestly the goal when you're skinny, right? Is you want to be a big, strong guy. Like that's what I wanted to be. So it's called power building, okay? It's not bodybuilding or powerlifting. We call it power building. I know it's kind of cute, right? So that is what you're going to be wanting to do, okay? Is you're going to want to focus on your compound lifts, try and get stronger on squat, bench, deadlift. And then when you're done with that lift, then you go into your chest flies and your single arm chest press or tricep push downs, lat pull downs, stuff like that. But your main focus should be trying to get stronger. And then the accessory work is where you kind of just fine tune and work on wanting to get bigger. You will get bigger from doing bench press, but there's a reason you don't see bodybuilders train like powerlifters nowadays, like Ronnie Coleman and stuff like that, they were exceptions, but you don't see them do that because they don't have to. However, when you're natural getting stronger is extremely important because you're not on all the crazy drugs and everything that, you know, you can get big just by lifting a rock and, you know, eating lots of food. So focus on your strength and then go for that awesome pump. So number 3 is something that I personally would have at number 1 if I could, but I know that everybody, you know, talks about how diet is like 70% of the equation and 30% of it comes down to training, but nobody ever mentions number 3. And in my opinion, as I said, I would put it light years ahead of both of the 2 things that I talked about in the beginning of this video, but that is sleep. Sleeping, yes, I know, you guys have probably heard this before, but sleep is one of the most important things, not only just for gaining weight as a skinny guy, but just in life. I'm sure you guys already know, so I'm not gonna go into this long speech about sleep, but it's pretty important, you know? Same with eating the proper way and training the proper way. Why do I have it as number 3? Well, you've seen it before, but you can see that there's plenty of people in the world that only sleep about 4 hours a night. They eat well, they train well, and they still see results. It kind of hurts me to say it, but you can get away with not sleeping and still see results. However, I wouldn't recommend it. How much sleep? Well, I mean, you know, studies show 7 to 8 hours is ideal. Some people can get away with 6. Sleep really is one of those things where it comes down to what makes you feel the best. In my opinion though, to do it the most optimal way, you need to be sleeping 9 hours a night. I know, that's a lot, and it seems kind of ridiculous, but I have managed to keep myself sleeping 9 hours a night for most of the years since I first started training when I was 15, and I can tell you it has been amazing. It's part of the reason why I've made so much progress, and I know it's the reason why I have not gotten injured that much in my life, because sleeping is when you grow, it's when you recover, and it's when your body just takes care of any issue at hand that is bothering you, or you know, a small pain here and there. It is the most important part of the fitness and training process is recovery. Get your sleep and you will see tremendous leaps and bounds in weight gain, but also weight loss. Sleep, guys. 9 hours if you can, 8 hours if you must, 7 if you have to, and 6 if you just, if it's just the only way that it works. So now number 4. Number 4 is doing all 3 of these things that I talked about today perfectly, or the best you can. The reason why I say that is because if you can do all 3 of these things, it is the most effective way, and it will ensure that you will gain weight as a skinny guy super fast. You will gain weight very fast. And if you know, and especially if you do all 3 of these things. Now this is where it comes down to genetics, and this is what I want to say real quick before I wrap this video up. There are people that can get away with not sleeping, as I mentioned, and just eating right and training right, and they'll see great results. There are also people that can get away with eating like crap and sleeping like crap, but training great and still see results. And then there's people that can not do any of them. They can just kind of mess around in the gym, not really eat very well, not really get a lot of sleep, but they just seem to grow. Now, there are people like that, but then there's also people that need to do all 3 of these things to see results. But here's the kicker. Even if somebody has to do all 3 of these things to see results, right? They may not have the best genetics as the guy that cannot do any of these things, do whatever he wants, and he just seems to put on muscle easily. At the end of the day, if that guy were to do all 3, he would be exceptional. So what I'm saying is, no matter what your genetics are, guys, sleep 9 hours, eat lots of food, and train like a fucking badass. And let's make some gains, man, all right? It's super simple. These are the 3 things that you should be doing, every single one, and that is what number 4 is on the list. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. This is basically what I did and what I recommend for guys that are skinny and who want to gain weight and size fast. Once again, eat, train, sleep, repeat. That is it. Super simple. If you guys have any more questions or want to learn more about my transformation, for I did kind of include it on the thumbnail of this video, go ahead and go down into the description below. I'm going to have my top 5 fitness mistakes, and then I will also have my transformation linked down there as well. And as always, it is always at the end of this video on the in-screen card. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, please smack the like button, comment down below, and of course, hit me with a subscribe if I've earned your guys' subscription. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.